Coming up, the Mississippi statewide mask mandate expired yesterday. What this means moving forward and more. We have the updates.
And how the number of COVID-19 cases are faring moving into flu season. The latest on that and more next.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Mason SCIONEAUX.
And I'm KYLEE DEDMON.
The statewide mask mandate expired Wednesday after Governor Tate Reeves decided not to extend the executive order. Reeves' decision comes nearly 2 months after his initial mandated mask order on August 4th. Reeves stressed that his belief that masks work, but said he believes in trusting Mississippians to wear them regardless of a government mandate. Other relaxed restrictions in the executive order include increasing the attendance of K-12 football games to 50% capacity and allowing gatherings of 20 people indoors and 100 outdoors. Masks remain required in schools and at close contact businesses like salons and barbershops. The order remains in effect until November 11th, as Mississippi nears 100,000 COVID-19 cases and almost 3,000 deaths. And with the mask mandate being lifted in the state, let's talk about the numbers. Ole Miss currently has 43 active confirmed COVID-19 cases, including both students and staff, while experiencing over 540 confirmed cases inside the town of Oxford since school resumed, according to the university dashboard yesterday. With the number of active cases slowly decreasing Wednesday, the city of Oxford reported 121 active cases. The state reported almost 700 new cases on Wednesday, over 100 more than last week.
Ole Miss students, faculty, and staff are now able to receive prizes for completing a survey to see if they are eligible to receive a free asymptomatic COVID-19 test. Prizes include scholarship money, book scholarship money, parking permit, campus recreation gym membership, and Apple AirPods. Decision about social events and restrictions will be based on the testing participation and positivity rate. Answers to the survey will remain confidential, and any positive test results back will be given to the Mississippi State Health Department and the contact tracing team. Testing time slots are limited to 500 per week, so sign up now. In another virus affecting the nation, Operation Immunization for flu shots for Ole Miss students, faculty, and staff is back. To get the flu shot is only $40 and will be billed to most insurance companies, but whatever is left over will be charged onto the Bursar account. The flu shot is now available as a drive-through setup located at the South Oxford parking garage on Lamar Boulevard. The next day to get the shot is Tuesday, October 6th from 1 to 4. COVID-19 symptoms and temperatures will also be checked during this time.
It's a widely known but under-discussed fact that food insecurity is prevalent across the United States, and Mississippi nears the top when it comes to states with the highest rates of food insecurity. Newswatch reporter KYLEE joins us to share how Ole Miss students are fighting back against these numbers.
I'm standing in front of Kennard Hall, home to the Food Pantry, which has recently been dubbed Grove Grocery. Just inside, you'll find shelves upon shelves of food items and produce to help alleviate food insecurity for members of the Ole Miss family. But recently, Grove Grocery has launched a new campaign to help students and staff, and all it takes is this. Over 500,000 Mississippians experience food insecurity, according to Feeding America, and this problem hits close to home as many students and staff struggle with this as well. But since 2013, the Food Pantry, now referred to as Grove Grocery, has been helping to alleviate food insecurity. On any given day, Grove Grocery provides grab-and-go as well as pre-packaged meals for their clients, and each of these comes at no cost thanks to the generosity of their sponsors. But just recently, they began their Swipe Out Hunger meal drive. For this campaign, they're partnering with the California-based nonprofit Swipe Out Hunger, along with Ole Miss Dining, to let students donate meal swipes to students and staff in need. Sophomore Susan So serves as the chair of Fundraising and Events Committee, and she shares that this initiative aims to not only alleviate hunger, but destigmatize it as well.
A big part of Grove Grocery is trying to destigmatize hunger. So I think that we do provide produce and other goods for people who need it at our facility in Kennard, but being able to provide meal swipes helps students who are hungry act like normal students, so they can just swipe their meal at Rebel Market and have a meal with their friends.
To make their donations, students with the Rebel Unlimited +1, Weekly 14, and Weekly 12 meal plans can simply download the Get app and donate there. This campaign is another way to make a positive impact on the Ole Miss campus, and So shares that it's reasons like this that first brought her to the Ole Miss campus.
I came here in part because when I was visiting, they said, when you're in Mississippi, you can make a bigger impact on your own than you can, say, somewhere else where they have slightly more resources. So personally, it's been really nice to be able to help the Ole Miss community like directly and so early on in my college career.
For more information and ways to get involved, you can visit grovegrocery.olemmiss.edu.
The debate for medical marijuana to be legalized in the state of Mississippi is now on the ballot to be voted on November 3rd. The next public hearing will take place on October 7th at the Jackie Dole Sherrill Community Center in Hattiesburg. Each public hearing will feature presentations from speakers both for and against Initiative Measure number 65 and Alternative Measure number 65A. Voters can submit a written comment at a public hearing or online at sos.ms.gov. Ole Miss Sports Productions has made some changes to help bring Ole Miss sports content to people from home. Emma Harrington has more.
Football Saturdays in the South. It's a cherished tradition and one that has extra special meaning this year. While fans may not be able to experience it the same as in years past, there are those working hard to make sure that it is enjoyed by all. Mike Again, Associate Athletic Director for Sports Productions, is bringing video coverage and updates to fans everywhere.
So the live event piece of it, what you see that's happening in the venue, whether it's a replay or a fan cam or a run-on video or an intro hype video, all of those are things that we control and play back and coordinate with the marketing team.
Our office is responsible for all our home events. We also help coordinate our social media channels, so our Facebook and Twitter, Instagram accounts, all our advertising and digital collateral.
The biggest change for us has been proximity to the action. We have been accustomed to being very close to not just the action on the football field, but close to the fans in the stands from a fan cam standpoint. And everything, including the fans, everything is so much more spread out.
One of the things we've done is we've created a website called the Home Team Experience. And so if you go to OleMissGameDay.com/HomeTeam, you can find a lot of resources that you can interact from your home. We do trivia every Thursday at noon, so you can log into the Rebel Rewards app and participate in trivia. And then on Saturdays, we have different things that are available. We have game day buttons that you can download since we're not physically able to get them to use on your social media profiles. You can submit selfies to be on our video board. One of the new features we're excited to launch this next week when we play Alabama is our light show feature. So if you're not able to be in the stadium, you can go to the website and it'll give you information on how to participate in the light show from your home. So those are a few things we've done, and we look to kind of continually build off that website as we kind of move forward.
As you can see, Ole Miss Sports Productions and marketing teams are hard at work to bring you the beloved tradition of the Ole Miss experience. For more information and ways to get involved, visit OleMissGameDay.com/HomeTeam. Emma Harrington, Newswatch, Ole Miss.
So Kyle, we've officially hit the point in the year where you have to wear a sweatshirt to your 8 a.m. and take it off by the afternoon.
Yes, Mason. I tend to just wear a long sleeve t-shirt and shorts and feel completely comfortable instead of lugging around a sweatshirt and leggings all day. Luckily, weather's up next to let us know how to prepare for that weekend after we return.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Hi, I am Matthew Fry and welcome back to Newswatch. Tonight's forecast will be a low 43. Clear skies will fill the night sky with winds coming in at 2 miles per hour to add to a 10% chance of rain. Shifting on over to tomorrow's forecast, the skies will begin to close up being partly cloudy. It will be a high near 70 degrees And again, winds will be coming in like Ole Miss's outside linebackers at a hefty 14 to 16 miles per hour to add to a 10% chance of rain.
Last weekend, the Ole Miss football team had more than 600 yards of total offense. The bad news is the defense gave up even more than that. Coming up next on Sports, we'll get you ready for tomorrow's game and address the quarterback questions, so stay tuned.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Last Saturday, Ole Miss fans finally had some of their off-season questions answered, such as, has the defense gotten better? Or who will be taking the snaps under center? Here's Coach Lane Kiffin on why Matt Corral played the majority of the game.
With Matt playing so well and being behind, then, we kind of went solely with Matt there. But I think, had Matt not been playing so well in the passing game and us being behind, you would have seen more of John.
Quarterback Matt Corral showed Lane Kiffin that his trust was well placed, throwing for almost 400 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Staying on the gridiron, Ole Miss is set to take on the Kentucky Wildcats in Lexington tomorrow. To get you ready for the game, Sports Watch reporter Rylan Hillis has all of the stats you need in this week's Shark Bite Shakedown.
The Rebs may be 0-1 on the young season, but Coach Kiffin's squad put the SEC on high alert with a strong offensive showing last week. Ole Miss now faces a road test against Kentucky, who also started out their season with a loss as they fell to the Auburn Tigers 29-13. Quarterback Terry Wilson went 24 of 37, averaging 6.5 yards per pass. So look for Wilson to take it to the air in order to keep up with this fast-paced Rebel offense. Speaking of which, Rebel quarterback Matt Corral will look to build on his momentum from a career day against Florida. His best bet for that is his favorite and fastest target, Elijah Moore. If he can't find Moore, keep an eye on transfer tight end Kenny Yeboah, who played his first game as a Rebel last week. At 6'4" and 240 pounds, the big man's speed creates matchup issues for most secondaries in the league. The Wildcats were stout against the run last week, so look for Jerrion Ely to share a good bit of his time in the backfield with power back Snoop Connor. Coach Kiffin will likely also try to get Ely involved in the passing game, as well as quarterback John Rice Plumlee, who caught a pass from Corral last week. The age of the air raid offense in the SEC has begun, and you can expect Coach Kiffin and the Rebels to be leading the charge this week as their best bet to upset the Wildcats.
The last time the Rebels faced off against the Wildcats, Ole Miss receiver DK Metcalf grabbed the game-winning touchdown. Tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. to see if the Rebels can get it done. The Ole Miss women's soccer team took on LSU in the Swamp on Sunday. Despite numerous opportunities in the first half, it was a scoreless game at halftime. The Lady Rebels hit the pitch with a fire beneath them, taking control of the second half. Ole Miss outshot the Lady Tigers 13-12 in the match, with Mo O'Connor leading the charge. Rebel forward Sadie Holland scored off a header in the 58th minute to secure the 1-0 victory over LSU. Ole Miss soccer will be back on the pitch tonight at 7 to face their in-state rival, Mississippi State. Ole Miss men's tennis has announced its fall schedule for the 2020 season, with the Rebels set to compete in 3 different team events. As permitted by the SEC, opponents will be conference members or non-conference teams from the same geographic region. The Rebels will hit the road for the Auburn Invitational. Play begins today and matches will continue into the weekend. Ole Miss will return to the court in Starkville to take on our in-state rival, Mississippi State, at the end of the month. And finally, the Rebs will wrap up its fall campaign in Athens, Georgia for the Georgia Invitational, the weekend of November 6th. Well, that's all we've got for sports. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Newswatch Ole Miss for more of your favorite sports updates. Now, back to you.
It's officially October, which begins a special month of honoring those who were born with trisomy 21.
We will have more about National Down Syndrome Awareness Month after the break. Stay with us.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
The month of October begins National Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Usually the town of Oxford celebrates this time in the year by hosting an annual 21 United Buddy Walk in Oxford, but due to COVID-19, the walk is canceled.
Trisomy 21 occurs in babies when there is an extra copy of chromosome 21 in a developing fetus. Down syndrome affects every person diagnosed with it differently. For more information on the month or Trisomy 21, you can visit ndss.org.
That's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Mason SCIONEAUX.
You can always watch our show on Facebook livestream, hottytoddy.com, and the local campus channel. Make sure to also follow us on social media. I'm KYLEE DEDMON. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend.